Welcome to Carolyn's Corner, featuring singers, songwriters, and authors from all over the world. We are so excited you've joined us, and we're looking forward to having a great time. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Make sure to use the comment section from wherever you're watching to interact during our live shows. We're so excited about our special guests and can't wait to hang out with you. Stream Carolyn's Corner live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and 1071krxb.com.
Hi, it's Carolyn. We're so excited about our special guest tonight, and we're so glad you're here. Get ready. We're going to have some fun. Welcome to Carolyn's Corner. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Carolyn's Corner. I'm so glad you guys and gals are here, and I am confident if you're not here yet, you're on your way. I want to give a big shout out to our Dale 107 FM station here in Beeville. They are streaming this live right now to the radio and also KRXB Roku channel, which also means we're on 1071krxb.com. We are also live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. So we're exhausted. We're running all over the place. And I'm so glad y'all are here. I would love it if someone would comment for me, just to make sure the comments are working. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Anything, just say hi. So, folks, I'm here with a great guest tonight, and I am so fortunate and blessed that he was able to come on because we had a cancellation, and it worked out just perfect. One of these days, I'm going to get a big audience in my house when I'm doing it from the house, and they're going to be cheering because I know they'd be cheering for you. Y'all, let's give a big applause to Mr. Ben Garcia. I'm going to pretend like there's a lot of people here.
Hey,
hi, Ben. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Carolyn? Thanks for having me.
I'm doing great. I'm so glad you're here with us tonight, and you're coming to us from Colorado, which is beautiful there. Why don't you start off? First of all, welcome. And why don't you start off and tell us a little bit about yourself, Ben?
Yeah, so live in Colorado Springs, Colorado, which is southern Colorado. So that's how I end up playing in Texas a lot because Amarillo is 5 hours away.
Nice.
So I'm sure a lot of people know me down there from that, and then we just work our way down the state. But I play country music, obviously Americana. We always joke if we're telling somebody we're coming to Texas, we tell them we're country. If we tell somebody we're going to the Northwest, we're Americana. We kind of regional depend on that as a joke amongst my camp. But so I do music. I own in a truly blessed world, I have another business where I raise bird dogs and train bird dogs. So I have been literally everywhere around you with bird dogs at some point or another because I used to compete with them. So I'd run them on horseback. Yeah, I'd run dogs on horseback, and they go find quail. Then you get off, shoot a cap gun, get back on your gun, take the dog on. So I used to spend my winters the other side of you in LaGrange down there, and then the other side of you in New Mexico with the dogs. And then
beautiful there. We used to live in Seguin, right? I mean, not Seguin, Schulenburg, right by LaGrange. So I know all about that.
Yeah. Yes. You know what, man? When ZZ Top wrote that song, there's true stuff that happens. I ended up one night down in a shack down by the river, and I was like,
really?
Legit. It was like 1 a.m. And there used to be a plywood bar down in LaGrange that we ended up at midnight down there.
There's some pretty interesting spots around there.
Yeah, and I was like, holy cow. And then I hadn't been there. It had been 10 years, 15 years since I've been down there. And I was down in Austin last year, and I went over there, and it's not, have you been there lately? It's not LaGrange 10 or 15 years. I mean.
Really? No, I haven't been there in quite a while.
Yeah, it's changed quite a bit. So that's kind of the way my life has worked in a crazy way. Is I got into music in high school, started touring in high school in the 90s. And despite of how I look, I am that old, to that. So,
come on now.
Exactly. Come on now. Good genetics,
Wow. For sure.
Yeah, I toured, and that's when the alternative scene was going on, of music, and we did that touring, which that's how I kind of got into some acoustic country music. Was alternative kind of was dabbing in some of those genres, and then toured up until when I went to college, and then I took a couple of years off, and then in college, and then started touring again in college, and then met my wife, and we got married and took a break then for music for it was almost 18 years I took a break from music. And then by pure
Wow.
chance, like just like I'd play at home, I'd write songs, you know, like we do a
Yeah.
post every now and then with a song, and by pure accident, I was 2 years coming up on like 2 years in like a couple weeks. I went to a hat shop here in Colorado up in Greeley to get a hat worked on, and there was two musicians there getting the hats they were picking up, and met them, and just like our fiddle player Wes, who's on all the tracks, that was who it was. I met him and Daniel Simpson there, and like they were just picking up hats, and like just in a conversation, I was like, yeah, these are the people I miss. This is what I
Wow.
miss about music, was like they were like the kindest people, and we just had like
Yeah.
this conversation about music again, that I was like, this is what I did, why I did it when I was 15, were for to meet people like this. And like we were down in Texas, we were down in San Angelo, since we were talking about that, we were
Okay.
down there deer hunting, and on the way home, like 2 weeks before that, I'd kind of doubled a song, you know, on the road on the way home.
Yeah.
And like I went home like that week and wrote that song, and then like 3 months later I was in a studio, 2 months later I'm playing shows, and then it just spun up by pure act of God of that, because there was
Yeah,
nothing in my
absolutely.
cards to say at 45 you're going to be posting videos and recording songs and have this be playing shows. I mean, I literally went from like in 8 months like just sitting at my house doing nothing, basically like fly fishing and doing hunting stuff I always
Yeah.
did, to like touring again and traveling and doing exactly what I had done when I was younger again. So a real
Wow.
blessing in that. Yeah. So then that's kind of been where we landed, man. It was like, well, we'll play a show here, we'll play a show here. And then we got picked up to open for some really big bands and played those, and then got to travel around and play. And so it's been a real blessing of life, you know? And so like, I was kind of joking with my wife, like, I know how to not mess it up at 46, you know, like at 16,
Absolutely.
16, I had no idea how to not mess it up. At
Yeah.
20, you know, I mean, so yeah, it's interesting. But I'm married, I have a beautiful wife and two beautiful daughters. And so kind of in that time frame that I was off from, I retired 12 years ago from competing with the dogs. And so when I retired from that, the girls were getting really busy with sports. So like so prior to that, I was gone 10 months out of the year in a trailer with a horse, or in a truck, a diesel with a horse trailer and dog boxes. And then, so I literally went from touring in high school, touring in college, to touring with dogs in a trailer. Then our daughters were playing sports nationally. So they both played soccer nationally, and our oldest daughter played volleyball nationally. That we were in Dallas every other weekend, it seemed like, for a tournament or so.
You were already there.
I was already there, man. So like,
Wow.
so like when people are like, "How's it feel to be away from home all the time?" I'm like, I don't know any different, you know. Like,
yeah, you've been doing it your whole life.
Yeah, I just kind of get in and go, and it's in like, I just think of like, when I was younger, Jerry Garcia had this interview I watched, and he said, you know, Americans have forgot how to ride the rails. We forgot how to explore America, you know, and like. And that hit me at a really young age, and probably my parents despise. Like, my parents probably didn't want me to hear that, but like, there's so much to see in this country that so many people just stay home. And I'm blessed that I either get to do it fishing with my fly fishing, my hunting career, or playing music. You know, it's kind of the, you know, and so like I was telling you, like, the luckiest dude ever. That's the story of my.
Yeah, it sure sounds like it. And it sounds like, first of all, you have a passion for it. And second of all, you're obviously meant to be doing this, because God aligned everything back up, you know, to meet those men in the hat store and get you going again. That's amazing. That's really, and you know what? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
That was no doubt a blessing. I mean,
absolutely.
I mean, that was by pure accident. I ended up there.
Yeah.
We all got booked for the same time, and they had somebody else booked. So we had to sit there for an hour and just relax. And it just was absolutely pure accident.
Yeah, and y'all probably had chemistry instantaneously to where you're
me and Wes talk every day now. Like, and we've toured everywhere, that's amazing. He's on every track you hear fiddle. That's my man Wes that I met at that store, you know.
So it's like you gained a brother in the process, right?
Beyond. Yeah.
Yeah, wow, that's so cool. Let me read some of these comments, Ben, because I hate to leave people hanging here. Yeah. So we have can you see them? They're over on your
I can't.
Right. I got Sandra Chacon. She says, howdy. Hello, Sandra. We have Sarah Cox here. Hi, Sarah. Thanks for being here. Marie McConaughey. Hi, hello, Marie. Melba Winkle. She said, evening. I'm so glad you ladies are here. All the ladies are coming out for you tonight,
Hey,
Ben.
all right. Yeah.
And then Deb Anderson says, good evening, sweet friend. Well, hello, my sweet friends. And then Sandra said, I'm really captivated by this. The story is so intriguing. The journey is just amazing. I know. I was thinking the same thing, and I've got something really cool. As soon as you said you raise bird dogs and all of that, we have a very good friend here in Beeville, outside of Beeville. It's so weird because he's a hunting guide. He raises bird dogs. He raises pigeons. And I thought, you probably know him. Like he does a lot of, and he's a hunting guide. So it's like, that's pretty good. I guess it's more
we have pigeons also. So yeah, we have pigeons.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Yeah, and because we went to their house and he had all these cages with dogs, and he even helps raise them for other people. And I was like, wow, that's pretty amazing. And he let the pigeons out.
Well, you're down by that King Ranch. You know, I mean, you're down. There's a lot of, there's a lot of birds down where you're at.
A lot of birds.
Yeah, I mean,
absolutely.
So it's a good area.
Wow.
Have you ever heard that story of the King Ranch? Like, there was a foreman on it, and he said in his career he tried to ride all the fences on the ranch, and he never completed it in his time at the King Ranch.
Well, it's that big, I believe.
It's that big. I mean, I've never been down there, but I mean, I've trained dogs that have hunted down there. I've been near. Yeah. But like, it's definitely a bucket list ranch down there for me to go see. Yeah,
that'd be cool. I hope you get to go check it out one day. You probably will.
I'll just geek out,
you'd be. This is the King Ranch.
I'll be like a pad of paper with 1,000.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
Is this story true?
But I guess to a hunter, I mean, that's the ultimate. I guess. I mean, I'm sure there's other ranches, but that one is.
Man. It's really interesting because I spent a lot of time. I'm really blessed. I get to spend a lot of time in Texas, but like, last year when we filmed a video up in Dallas Fort Worth, so up at the stockyards, and so like, where me and my wife went to college, is in Greeley, and that was a big cattle town. That's where all the meat packing plants are. And so Montford's there, Montford Beef's there. And when we were down at the stockyards, we're filming the video, and I look over and Swift's there. It's like Swift's headquarters for meat. And like, we went to such a cattle college, and we're so ingrained with it. And then it was crazy because then my grandparents met while my grandpa was working for Swift. It was just all this tie-in.
It was all connected. Yeah.
And but it's really kind of Texas is an interesting place for me because it's got so much from corner to corner to corner,
it's a great state. I love it. I really do. I'm born and raised in Texas. And I wouldn't change it.
No, but then that's what I like to geek out about when I'm down there. Like, just cattle, so fascinating. You think about those stockyards. Yeah. From them to come all the way down from Canada and end up on there, on the Chisholm Trail, then end up down there and then on a train, and like.
Oh my gosh. I know that's crazy. And my husband is constantly watching shows, movies, anything to do with that. He loves the history, Texas history. Loves it.
So much of it. There's so much of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, you think I'm going to sidetrack here for a second, but
that's okay.
Think about, you had 2 ports in the maybe 3 in the United States. You had New York and then you had Houston. And then maybe New Orleans if you got lucky, that was, and you think about how many people and diversity came through that state. That's what makes the state so great. Yeah. Depending on where you're at, the food's different, the people are different,
Everything is different. Yeah. Because we've been up north and it's like they had never heard of fajitas. One place we went, I'm like, how can you haven't heard of fajita? We were just shocked. Certain things were like, it's all, from Texas. Yeah. Oh, you don't know what it is, because that's trash meat to a lot of people. And it used to be trash meat here.
Brisket was a trash cut.
Which is crazy.
Really crazy to me. Like, look out. I don't know if you paid for brisket lately, but
no, not lately, and I won't because it's so expensive. Oh my gosh! So
but like, you really think about it, they like would cut that off and give it to the cattle drivers because they thought it was crazy. But anyways, so anytime I'm down there, that's why I start geeking out on cattle and just the United States of cattle and how much that stuff happens. So but it's so fun.
That is really cool. Yeah. Well. Maybe, who knows? You never know. We try to get out. We don't get out like we used to, but I'm trying to encourage my husband to hurry up and retire so we can start traveling more and seeing more places.
Especially the state you're in.
Yes.
Gosh,
I love
so
it.
Much to do. Yeah,
absolutely. So Ben, you were saying that you classify yourself as country, did you say Americana country?
Yeah, I think how we fall in Americana, in my opinion, is I'm a lover of all music. Like, I was very
Right.
blessed to grow up. I mean, like, man, when I tell you luck, I got so lucky with the life of, like, my dad was really big into the blues, you know, and I had dads and uncles that played guitars and sang. And then, like, I was somebody like, you want to see me get nervous, watch me play in front of my uncles. I've played in front of
Oh,
2,000
I
people.
bet.
That doesn't even affect me compared to playing in front of uncles, you know? So, like, that'll
Wow.
really get you. But, like, I was somebody, like, if you take every shot on the bar and throw it in there, that's my music, right? Because I love blues, like, I love folk, I love country, like, I love all forms. Country gets this, like, bubble. It doesn't get the true bubble it deserves.
Right.
You know, because country music there's Appalachian country, there's mountain country.
There's so many.
There's so many types of country.
Yeah.
And really all it was just field folk music that grew into this thing, you know.
Absolutely.
And as a lover of music and history, I always try to fit into that bubble of, you know, I mean, like, you really read on history. Ray Charles truly might have saved country music at one point when he did that album, you know. And so, I mean, that really brought it back to mainstream. You know, and then that popped Willie, that popped Waylon, that popped all those people. But, you know, when you know, I mean, yeah, you really, like, we cover Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain all the time, right? At shows.
Love it.
And love it. But those are jazz chords, right?
Yeah.
Willie's playing jazz chords in majority of the time. He was a jazz artist before that. So, like, I try to mix all that into this bubble and roll it down a bowling alley of the industry, you know? And I think
obviously it's working. Yeah.
Something, you know, but I mean, like, I'd like to think, like, well, in some ways it does, some ways it doesn't, but I really don't give a shit if it doesn't, because I'm making music. I mean,
well, you're doing your own thing, and people,
exactly.
Yeah, exactly. And I love the way it sounds. I mean, you got a really cool sound. You do. I mean, your voice is really captivating, and it's like, I want to listen to what you got. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, this is going to be some good stories just from your voice. Does that make any sense?
Yeah,
like,
because we hear it all the time.
These are going to be good stories. Yeah, because that's
what it needs to be, man. It's when you're sitting around a campfire hearing a story, if somebody's reading from a book, you're not going to listen to it.
Exactly.
If they're telling it from your heart, it's going to go in and out, in and out, you know. And that's what we try to do, is, like, I really try to mimic. Blues is great because it's not patterned. It's not in a structured beat. You know, they're not click tracking blues. You know, like traditional, like Muddy Waters is just throwing you on what he's feeling and then putting a slide to back it up. You know what I mean? And I try to do that in my songs too, which kills us on the radio, which I really don't care, but it gives people something to listen to on it. And, like, I'm old enough to know what true outlaw country is it's, I don't give a shit of what you think. I'm going to make that music anyways, you know? And, like, there's so many good art of country that came out in the 60s and 70s down where you're at, even, that just didn't care. They were going to do whatever music they wanted to make, you know?
Yeah,
and I think right now, you know, I mean, like, you think about somebody would put out a song and Waylon would cover it a week later and release it. You know, I mean, everybody just released so much music and their idea of music, you know, and, like, Don Williams would cut a song and then somebody else would cut the same song a quarter later and not care, you know, like, it was
different. It was so different.
Yeah, it was a different time of music, but such good music and so many people's interpretation of what that song meant to them.
I agree.
We got into this, especially in country music in the 90s, got into this cookie cutter idea, and
sure. And now I don't think traditional country gets the credit that it needs anymore, because now when you listen to mainstream radio, you're hearing, and I'm exact same as you, Ben. I really do like all music, and I really, really do. But country is my heart. Everybody knows that. It is. It's my heart, and any kind of country. But, you know, traditional country is not getting the respect, I don't think, that it used to, because on mainstream media, you're getting that country pop mix. You're not getting that country, you know. So it's a dying art, and that's really sad, and it's sad.
My grandpa used to have this saying when we were down in the barn, you know, with his horses, is there's a lot of cowboy boots without horse shit on them. You know, and that's yeah. I mean,
that's
he said
a good
it another
one.
way, but that's the cleanest way I can say it to you.
Right I like that.
Boots,
yeah, absolutely.
A lot of those boots aren't dirty. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's
they ain't even got a speck of dust on them. Yeah, exactly.
You know, and that's, you know, I mean, I kind of, you know, one of my really good friends lives there in Dallas, and when we're there with him, we're you know, like, I struggle as, like, not feeling like a country artist sometimes. Yeah. And he always gives me shit. He's like, have you owned horses? I'm like, yeah. He's like, do you work on a ranch? I'm like, yeah. He's like, do you own acres? I'm like, yeah. He's like, where's it at? I'm like, up in the mountains. You know, he's like,
Yeah, what
do you
else
have
do you
pedals?
want?
Yeah, he's like, do you have pedals still on your guitars? I'm like, or on your songs? I'm like, yeah. He's like, you got fiddle? He's like, what's not
Your
country
country,
about that?
your
Yeah,
country,
exactly.
man.
Yeah.
What do you want?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
You know, and so
absolutely.
we kind of deal with that, but I think because I love so many other genres of music that I try to
Yeah.
bring in, that adds a little bit of that Americana feel to it, you know. But
Yes.
like, you really think about it, man, and you're in the area he grew up in too. Is Guy Clark would not be registered as country right now.
Right.
You know, I mean, if he tried to get signed, he falls under that so many different influences.
There's so many,
he brought in. Yeah, I mean, you know, Guy Clark had so many different influences he brought into it. You know, I mean, Steve Earle's an example. That's who we get compared to a lot. You know, and he's from down where you're at. But I mean, he spent a lot of time in Ireland learning about mandolins.
Isn't that something?
Before he did Copperhead Road. You know, I mean, like he's not.
Gosh. And
you know,
well, it's all, to me, it's all, and now you're hearing it more and more. It's all just mixed together. All of it is.
Right.
I think majority of it is mixed with something that you don't get your pure, and that's why I like it. I do like it, you know, but you know, it's just the old country. It doesn't get the respect that it deserves. Well, you know, the traditional country. There's so many categories now in country. My Lord. I mean,
you go blind and crazy trying to figure it out.
Yeah, it's impossible. Just listen to what you like. And then
I always like to tell people, man, though, like, you got to take an artist. Like, would John Prine get signed right now in the music industry right now?
Probably yes.
Would Hank Williams Jr. get signed right now? Probably, you know, and I always wonder about that.
Probably not.
In country music, you know, and so, but like, it's interesting to think about, you know, of those things. And I wonder too, and it's probably a blessing in a younger generation of artists, is the struggle of life isn't a different struggle, you know. And I was somebody like, we're 3 generations removed from the Great Depression now in our, you know, I mean, I grew up with grandparents that, you know, that lived through, you know, my kids have they lived through COVID, but that's not the Great Depression. You know, I mean, that was 10 months, you know?
Yeah.
And so I wonder in the American struggle of music, because our music will always reflect of what's happening in our lives around us, you know? And so you come out of that Dust Bowl area brought so many good artists out, you know, and you know, the Depression brought so many good artists out, you know, and I think there's that. And then I also think what's happening in music, man, we're 2 generations away from people who know who Bob Dylan is.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, or Johnny Cash, like truly, like,
all of them. Yeah.
All of them. Like, you know, I mean, I doubt there's many artists. We cover Chris Christopherson in our set, and there's not a lot of young people, unfortunately, that know who he is. You know,
no, they don't even know.
Yeah,
they don't even know.
No, but Janis Joplin, I mean, she's from where you're at. Like, you know, I mean, like, she was big, but it took her death, and then when they released Bobby McGee was the home run for them. You know, and that's Chris's writing. You know, Sunday Morning Come Down, Johnny Cash is, you know, that's a Chris song. You know, but that all goes back to Dylan. You know, I mean, Chris Christopherson was a very intelligent guy studying Dylan. You know, that like, that's not that I have a fear of music, and that, to get back to your question, but like, I think I'm very blessed at the time I came up. There was so much of that going on, and you had a whole other wave of country coming in, which was the George Straits, you know, the Dwight Yoakams, and all those that were coming in that I just fell in love with.
Yeah, and now they're kind of going by the wayside, and everybody else. It's really amazing the changes that are happening so quickly. Well, that's just like we always talk about the technology. Look how much it's advanced just in our lifetimes. You know what I mean? Right. No telling, you know, in 20 more years, no telling what the music is going to be like. Right, you know what? Let's go ahead and let everybody hear your first song, because I want them to get an idea. You're just incredible, Ben. I mean that. I love your voice. And I'm a songwriter too. So yes, I know the story. And I'm not kidding. And that's very rare that happens, where I was like, man, this guy's going to have some good stories. And that's really what I mean. You know, it's the song, but it's the story. I want to know what happened. Tell me what happened. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I love it. And that's what I love about songwriting so much, and music. It just, and it, you know, it transcends you into another place and time. It's like you can be right in their shoes. So the first song that I have on my list is called Sweet and True. And I love the title. Sounds like a happy, upbeat song. It's funny because it seems like that all the artists that come on the show, they're like in chronological order of their lives almost. You know what I mean? This was. But go ahead and tell us a little bit about this one, Ben, if you would.
Yeah. Sweet and True. What I wrote it about was, I mean, literally you think about the guys that work in the oil fields down by where you're at, you know, I mean, or West Texas.
Yes.
Like West Texas. You know, they're working in the worst conditions of just.
They are.
heat and danger
Oh,
and
it's
all
terrible.
those things. I mean, like all my buddies that went into the oil field out of college are like, they're lucky if they have hands. You know, I mean, like just the reality of the oil field
It's
guys.
true.
You know, and what I was thinking about when I wrote that song is if you had a manual labor job, all you're looking forward to is getting to that weekend to see your girlfriend or your, you know, your partner, whatever you have, you know, whatever you're, you know, but you know, and you're just working through the worst conditions to have that dance with your wife or your girlfriend that night, that when you're off work, that Friday night dance, that Saturday night dance, you know. So that's where it goes like, honey, I'm working my blue jeans a new shade of blue. Is that unless you've worked that hard on a ranch, you have no idea how jeans change color. You know, and
Great line too.
know,
Great line, Ben. That's a great line. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
love
like
it.
that's so I mean, and then like, you know, the irony of the chorus is I want to dance with you, and the irony of the chorus is I want to dance with you in the dark. He doesn't need to see her, he just needs to feel her heart. He needs to know she's real. You know, and so like that's what that goes through, is just that working guy that's working. I mean, it goes where women work just as hard. It's not, but
absolutely.
You know,
but no, I know
like,
what you're saying.
Yeah, it's just that work through
It's
to
a
what
tough
you
life.
get through. Yeah, it really is. And you know, and where I wrote it. I wrote another song that we didn't want to keep on our set list anymore. That was about a guy working in a field, you know, like a field job, and like his girlfriend was there waiting for him when he got off work. You know, kind of deal. And like, it wasn't that great of a song. And then like, what's the this is so funny. I told somebody this story the other day and they couldn't believe it. But what's the John Travolta movie that he did down there in the 70s where he's with
Urban Cowboy.
Urban Cowboy. So
and you know what? This is cool. The lady that played the best friend, she's been on our show. She lives about 30 miles from me.
Oh no shit! You're gonna love this story. You ready for it?
Go ahead. Yes.
So I was in a bathtub in a hotel, like between shows, you know, like, and I'm getting ready to go play. And I'm watching Urban Cowboy, and I love that movie. You know?
I love it too. I've watched it so many times.
So many good parts in it that are just singers you can throw at your spouse all the time, you know?
Yes.
And so, but you remember when he's painting the rig and he falls over backwards?
Yes.
And he hooks his boot. That's where I wrote the whole song in 2 minutes after I saw that line. I mean, I just cranked it out when I saw that. So like, that's where I got the blue, a new shade of blue, because he's wearing a blue denim shirt because he's on a crew there, you know? And then so that's where I wrote that song, was watching those movies and also watching oil fields people. You know, I mean, I have a ton of clients that are in oil, you know, and so like I just thought, like, if you're a roughneck pushing through the week and you get to have that time with your wife on the weekends,
you have to, because you don't get any other time. You're too busy sleeping and eating and sleeping.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then so really it wasn't just the oil fields, but it was more of just like the working class of with that. I mean, I'm a part of it. You know, I mean, like, you know, that we all are in that. You know, that we don't have pools in our backyards. You know, I mean,
exactly. We are the regular. I call us the regular people. We're the regular ones.
There's another saying of that we could say, but we probably won't say it. Like,
we'll save it for later. So let's go ahead and play this, because I'll tell you the truth. The only song I ever listened to, besides just a little, is the one I'm making the ad out of, because I like to be surprised just like everyone else. I'm serious. Great. And I can't wait to hear this. Sweet and True. Y'all get ready for this. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here. Let's play Ben. This is Ben Garcia. Make sure you write his name down. You're going to want to remember him, okay? I will. Okay, here we go. Ben Garcia. Let me get this. Sweet and True, not but true.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Hey, let me just get it. I always joke and say, who put me in charge of the clicker? Oh, it was myself. There we go. And this is the live one. It says live. Here we go.
Oh, this was a video we filmed for it.
Okay.
Yeah, watch this. This is the hat shot I met Wes in. So this is
nice.
Where I met, yeah. So yeah.
Wow.
Honey, I'm working these blue jeans, a new shade of blue. I don't care what the world thinks.
Excellent. Oh my
Thank
God,
you.
that's such a great song. And that fiddle, what is his name again?
Wes Barlow, and he's from Katy,
Man,
Texas. So
really? Oh
yeah,
my
and
gosh.
so he runs we'll be down there in December because he runs a clinic over in College Station for kids. It's called Texas Fiddle Clinic. And what he does is we bring kids in and we bring touring artists, fiddle players in to teach them how to play in bands and how to tour and be fiddle players in Texas to keep that Texas fiddle still going. So when when we tour in December down there, we'll be working our way to College Station.
Oh
That. So
wow, that is
so
such
yeah.
what a
And
great
I
idea.
can't play fiddle, so like I just volunteer. Like I hand out waters and juices. You know, like that's my responsibility.
Yeah.
But it's a great.
Wow.
He's an amazing fiddle player. I mean,
that was really good. Y'all sounded good together. That's a great song. Melba said amazing and fantastic. And then Marie said, nice voice. Love the song. Me too, ladies. Isn't he great? I know. I'm honored to have you here, Ben. That's beautiful. And it's just so smooth and just, I don't know how to, relaxing, almost like your voice is like relaxing. Does that make sense? I don't know what I'm saying, but you know, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I don't like. I always joke with people like, I don't think you're gonna put my songs on to go to the gym and do a workout.
No, you don't want to work out. You want to be relaxing, drinking a cold drink, and listening to this.
Yep.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
So the next song that I want to play, and I'm excited about this one too. Well, all of them. I'll be honest. I wish I could play more. Is called Horses.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to do the live video of you playing acoustically because you say something really cool about the song. Tell us a little bit about this song.
Yeah, that song. Well, it's like, are you a big reader at all? Do you read?
I used to, but then my eyes started giving me a hard time. Oh, Jamie's here.
Yeah. So the song at the time I was reading Steinbeck's Tortilla Flats. You know, and it's a great book. You know, Steinbeck wrote Grapes of Wrath. He wrote so many great books.
Oh, okay.
It's about all these guys that just live up in the hills and drink wine and get into trouble, you know, is what it's basically about. And so, like, I was really kind of thinking about that when I wrote it. But I elk hunt a lot, obviously working at the hunting industry, you know.
Right.
And we went up on an elk hunt that went really bad with horses. And we just had a lot of stuff go bad on this from the start. Like, we just had... like where you put in, you had to go across the river to get in, then you had to go up, and we just and we just had everything with horse crashes, horses roll down hills, you know, to just a problem after the horses, after everything. And you just like the truth of the song is it's two different hunts in 3 years that we had problems with horses.
Wow.
Happen on that. And then what I kind of talk about in there is just what happened on that hunt. But the irony of the last hunt we did and everything that went wrong when we go up there was, and people are known for dying where we were hunting up there. Like it's a known place that people die.
Oh my gosh.
It's so high up. But we just, everything that could go wrong was going wrong. Like we'd hit it. Somebody had shot an elk on the side of a hill or a mountain, and we had a rope in to get it. And then one horse rolled down as I was roping in to get an elk. Like, we just had problem after problem.
Oh my gosh.
And that's just part of elk hunting in Colorado, right? I mean, that's, you know, I mean, every year we have people die up here, but
jeez, I had no idea.
So it's like not when I go hunting in Texas in a blind and
talking, you know, at the ranch.
And a donut at the ranch, you know, like it's not even the same thing. But
wow.
I'll tell you which one, as I've gotten older, which one I prefer, and I do. So we and I talk about it in the story when I was telling it. So like the last night we're there, we just decided like, hey, we need to get out of here. Like, we've pushed luck way too much the last 3 years. And like our phones and GPS started beeping that there was a blizzard coming in.
Oh my gosh.
And we're at 10,000 feet above Aspen. And that's where people don't make it, you know. And like in that week it had snowed. I got caught in an avalanche on a horse, and just, we were sitting there, and my buddy that I was with, he's just a fantastic guy. And he's a Vietnam vet. I mean, I called him today because it's Veterans Day. So
yes, thank you for saying that. I actually can't believe I didn't mention that.
I normally don't forget that, but like I called him today to thank him for his service. But he's you know, I'm sitting here worried about an avalanche and snow, and he's lived through Vietnam. Of course, you know, like, you know, and he's not sweating at all. And he goes, F it, you want to drink some wine and see if this is our last night? Like, he just is like, whatever, let's just drink this wine and have dinner, you know, and like.
And you're freaking out. Like,
yeah, I'm freaking out. So I kind of like touched my mind. I'm like, well, there's worse ways to go. I'm in here with one of my really good friends. We're drinking wine. we're having food, you know, like maybe something else. And the irony of the thing, we get up the next morning, there's like 2 inches of snow, like it
That's
barely
it?
even snowed.
Oh my God.
And so, but like the emotion of that song, of that's really what it's about, is, you know, like that, when I talk about in the chorus of like my unknown, that's what I'm talking about. Like those hunts up there, you just don't know what's going
that's exciting and scary.
Yes,
So you're living on the edge constantly. So let me read
yeah.
these couple of comments. Jamie said, you can see a man's soul by how many holes are in his boots. Love how it all flows. I know it's
That's
beautiful.
so true, man. Yeah.
Yeah, Jamie is a songwriter
or
too.
ladies dancing boots, because I took my wife's cowgirl boots in to get clean. We had men.
How great.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I bet your wife is fantastic. I know she. I could just tell just feel the love in your voice and in your eyes. I know
when somebody has this many stories, it's not easy to somebody to be married to. There's like, it's like trying to marry a snowball rolling down the hill. You know?
I love it. And we have a Donald Mason here. He's talking to Melba. Hi, Donald. Thank you so much for being here. So let's play this song, Horses. And I'm still going to play the live one, okay? I guess, because I'd much rather have some interaction. Yeah, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Get ready. Ooh, here we go.
We took a team of horses up to go elk hunting, and everything went wrong. Like we had a horse roll down a hill, we had with another horse with panniers on, and then everything in this hunt could go wrong, man. And then it got worse. We had a storm roll in, and we didn't know. In between that storm, I got caught in an avalanche with a horse and rolled down a hill, and then we had a storm come in, and we didn't know if we were going to make it, and so we drank a bottle of wine and thought, well, this is how it's going down, and so that's where that line came from. And so you ready?
Sun's going down and them horses are wet. I don't know what you said under your breath. So let's make a fire and try to stay warm. The clouds look like a storm. There's some frost up in them hills. The horses are getting cold. I don't know if I wanna go, if I wanna go home. My unknown. My unknown. Bought us a bottle Spanish wine. Right about now that sounds fine. See my breath as it starts to snow. See you smile as the wind starts to blow. Check the horses, they're alright. They eat to stay warm as the moon starts to shine. Fall asleep and dream of them bulls in the silence of night. My unknown. My unknown. bull scream. Help but heart as real as it seems.
Wow, another great song, Ben. I really like that one.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Man, it's beautiful. And you know what? I as I was listening to it, I was like, you know, my oh my, I like that part, by the way.
Yeah.
My the great unknown.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, when you fell asleep that night, you honestly probably didn't even know if you were going to wake up, right? You didn't know what was going to happen, did you?
No, I mean that's why the line's actually my unknown. You know,
That's
like,
what my
yeah,
unknown.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it is like you don't know. I mean, like you don't know on those things, you know. And so,
Wow.
yeah,
That's beautiful. And how that came out was really, really good. I mean, everything came out okay, but you don't know.
everybody was fine. We like packed up that morning. We're like, let's get out of here. And then like 3 hours later, we're in a restaurant eating pancakes. And I'm like,
all
so
that.
crazy. All that worry, all that. Yeah. And so just like, you're like, what the heck, you know? And
Yeah,
like,
for real.
yeah.
You go from one extreme to the other. Melba put a lot of different guitars on there. I love that. As she loves your guitar playing. And Melba says, awesome. Marie said, awesome. I think he is a storyteller. Yes, ladies. I think so too. I'm sitting here listening. I'm like, okay, just keep telling your stories. Please keep telling your stories.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
That one was, I mean, that was cool. I really, really liked that.
I was telling people this, man, and I'm sure everybody on here is like, somewhere we're all going to run into a kid that just talks all the time. Just let them talk. Because that becomes our storytellers. You know, I think what's happening in music possibly now is we put a device in front of somebody and we don't let them explore the wild in our brains that we all have, you know, and that ability to write, you know, and to tell stories and to talk. You know, we just, you know, we shut it, you know, or we've tried to figure out why that person's telling that story and psychoanalyze it instead, you know, and like, let them be a kid, man. I don't know about you, but like,
no, you're right. You're right. And it's changed a lot. You're right. Yeah, it's affected everything. Our whole society is completely different now. So I wonder, like earlier, I said, I wonder what kind of music we will have. Will there still be, you know, the next generation that's going to follow, or they're just going to say, no, I'll just do this.
It's a scary time to be a musician now, man. They're making AI music right now. You know, I mean, there's a lot of lawsuits going on right now on that. That's scary. But I just think like, kids have to have dirt in their feet and they have to drink out of a hose and they have to roll around in the gut. That's how storytellers are made. You know, I mean, that's, you know, I mean, what kid's going to tell a story about a Friday night that they sat there on YouTube watching?
No, it's true. It's true.
There's no story about that.
Yeah. You know? I'm always trying to get my grandson to go outside. He's only 8. He likes to be inside. And I'm always like, come on, let's go, you know. Yeah, it's true. Because it's, you know, kids just don't do it like they used to. I wish they lived out in the country so we could go, like you said, go up and climb some rocks. Well, I couldn't do it, but I'd watch him climb.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Wow, that's so cool. So let's go to the next song, which I love the title of this one. You got some really cool titles, so I know it's going to be a great song. This one is called Good Time Man.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. I already love it. So tell us about this one.
There was a bar when I was in college I used to play shows at, and it's ironic that I think I'm playing across the street from that bar coming up here in January. So like it's a big
wow.
It's a big place to play. But I used to play shows there, and I wasn't even 21. I mean, I went to college when I started playing bars when I was 15. Like so, like they had to sneak me into the back door to play there. You know, like to play shows there. And and it's literally written about that bar. You know, and like it just literally is written about. And it's interesting because like everybody loves that song. People love the intro. People love the fiddle. You know, I really Wes was on tour at the time, and he was playing in front of like 30,000 people 2 summers ago, like 25,000 people. I mean, they were touring everywhere. And I was like, I want to write a song that I just let him have a solo that he just rolls. So literally, I was like, well, where can I write? What can I write about? And so like I always wanted to write a song about this bar I used to play. And so like I wrote, that's about me in that bar that night. But the ironic thing is, as celebratory as that song sounds, there's a lot of dark things in that song, you know, I mean, that are in there, you know, I mean, like there's a great song Ryan Adams sings. It's called The Bar is a Beautiful Place, you know, and it just is about that lifestyle you're in when they're there. So I kind of took that song and twisted it into like a little bit more of a honky tonk kind of thing. But the irony of that song is you never know if the two individuals actually get together in that song. So, hey, because the opening line is, "Hey there, darling, gonna wrong my right. I'm gonna try to take you home tonight." You know, and then like, and then the second one, you know, is, you know, like if he's gonna walk the line, you know, that's the reference to Waylon's "Walk the Line."
Yes.
You know, and you know, and the idea of what in country music what "walk the line" means, you know, in there. So like, it's that twist of a relationship within a honky tonk bar, within a bar, that really that song's written about. And it really, the highlight of that song for me is Wes is playing. Like I literally just, and I told him, I was like, man, take that ship up to the sky, man, when you record this. And he, because he was on tour when he recorded it. I don't even remember where he was. And we sent him the track, and he had to find a studio to record it in. And so I wasn't even there with him. And I was like, dude, I always tell musicians when they play on the tracks, like, when you hear it, whatever your initial feeling of your heart is what I want you to play. Like, just when you hear it.
So you gave him freedom to do whatever he wanted.
I give him all freedom.
You know how good he is.
Like all these players on this album, because we had this album come out. Like I think maybe one, I was like, hey, I kind of want to hear the Allman Brothers. I want to hear, you know, Dickie Betts in here. I want to hear a little bit of, you know, that. And that was it. Other than that, we give them full reign to do whatever they want. But on this one, I was told Wes, I'm like, it's a full count, man, and you're in the World Series. Hit a grand slam. And I think
I love it. I can't wait now. I really want to hear. Now, Marie said storytelling is a great release of feelings. Yes, it sure is. Sure. Yeah. It sure is. It absolutely. So let's get to this one. Are y'all ready, ladies and gentlemen? It's Good Time Man. I got a feeling we're going to be tapping our feet, maybe even jumping up. I don't know.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah.
Okay, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go.
Here we go.
Good times, y'all. Darling, gonna wrong my right, gonna try to take you home tonight. I'm driving down the road with no headlights and you on my mind. Hey there, darling, I'm rolling the dice, I'm swaying on a line. So give me your hand and make me a good time man. Hey there, trouble, where you dancing off to? Seems your two-step holds true. I'm singing to you about my love and talking like a fool. Hey there, trouble, we're drinking tonight, but still walk the line. So give me your hand and make me a good time man. Good times now. Good time make me a good time man.
Let me make sure I'm unmuted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. Thank you.
Great.
Yeah.
Man, I love that. And you know what? I don't know if it's my imagination or not, Ben.
Yeah.
But in your style that time, the way your vocals were, I detected a Bob Dylan sound in your voice. Did you realize that?
I didn't, but the thing I was going to tell you on that is like on all these songs, whether it's Dylan, Merle, or Waylon, I always try to give a line back to somebody I really love in music. You know,
Love
so like
it.
on that one, you know, like Walk the Line, that's Johnny Cash, that's Waylon. You know,
Yes.
But then we put, I don't know if you can hear it, but there's a ring hitting a bottle on there in the drum beats. You'll hear it. That's what Merle Haggard did on Working Man Blues or Working Man. Is he's like, you know, he goes like, get a little tear on tavern, get a little bit of the Working Man Blues, and they'll hit a ring on a bottle.
Oh no,
And
I didn't know that. How cool.
We put that. The drummer at the time, he's like, I got an idea. I was like, I love it. Let's do it.
How cool. We're gonna have to go back and listen to it again, y'all.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, to make sure we listen for that. That's beautiful.
Yeah. So like all those, you know, and it's kind of what's hit me in my 40s is like all these songs will have a reference of a song I grew up listening to.
I love it.
You know, and so because like storytelling is passing on those ideas and those messages.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so like all these we've played all have a reference back to somebody else's song. You know, and like, it's so, like it's like Sweet and True gets beat up a lot. And like my radio promo guy down there in Texas, he's like, hey, he's like, I'm Sweet and True. And I was like, you can ask it. Like, I know what you're going to ask. He's like, that starts off like Drunken Poet's Dream. And I was like, it should. And he's like, why is that? And I was like, because I wanted to give a shout out to Ray Willie Hubbard. He's like,
there you go.
I was like, Ray Willie Hubbard is one of my biggest influences of not giving a shit and saying whatever he wants to.
I love
my wink. I was like, that was my wink back at. He's like, well, I can't have it played on the radio. And I was like, then I don't care. Like, I don't give a crap. I really don't care. Like I love that song, and people that know and love Ray Willie Hubbard, they're going to know what I'm doing in that. Like, it's a nod back at somebody that would really influence me, you know? And
that is so cool. Yeah. And they're going to know if they're true fans, they're going to know.
Yeah.
Wow. And Maria said, fantastic. I don't know what that is there. We'll leave that. Somebody's trying to sell me something.
There you go. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Man, that's great. Man, you are so talented, Ben, really. And I did not mean anything negative by that. I just heard it in your voice.
No, I mean,
I was like, wow, that's really cool.
I made the comment earlier of that we're a generation away from Bob Dylan.
And then I heard it and I'm like, am I hearing things? Wow.
Yeah,
so Ben, we have one more song. And I'm really excited about all of them, really.
Yeah.
Now, y'all, he's got a lot more songs. Y'all make sure and go check him out. Tell everyone where they can find your music. Probably everywhere, but let them know.
Yeah, it's everywhere. And we just released, so there was we released, I think, 10 songs in 2024 that we recorded in Western Colorado at a different studio. So like Good Time Man, and those were recorded, Spinning, and all, you know, the road song, those songs that started us off, Charm. We're recording Grand Junction. The newest album that we just released 2 weeks ago was recorded here in Denver and released, but they're all on Spotify, Spotify, Apple, you name them. And then they're all on there. And then for download, YouTube, you know, we have videos out of shows of YouTube, you know, and then like every now and then I'll put a song I'm working out on Instagram or YouTube, you know, but we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook. Obviously.
Yeah. Do you put the songs on your website also so they can download it there?
We don't have them on the website. We more have tour dates on the website. To be honest, we use the website more for booking for clubs because it's all condensed.
Well, because I've heard from a lot of artists that it's better to sell them outright like that because then you actually make
your money on it. Yeah,
you know, just wondering.
It's definitely something we're all looking at right now.
Yeah,
you know, I mean, of like
absolutely, and maybe something you might want to think about. Yeah,
there's a guy I watched the other day. He put all of his music on the website, and you made a donation, and then you got access to the songs. Because he was like, hey, if you give me $5, I'm making more than Spotify's paying me. You know, I mean, so
you know what? That's a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of that going on right now with things that people are paying attention to for sure. But,
I love that.
You know, but it's interesting because that happens, but then like, you know, in March I'm going to England to play a tour. So
my gosh.
So like that's happening, and so like, but that's Spotify's got to feed into that because I don't even know where to like.
I don't know.
Well, because then it gets goofy. Because then you get there's a bunch of weird stuff going on in music right now. Because technically, I think that would be a tariff because it's a product people from England are buying from you in America, so that's taxed in a different way.
Oh,
Like it gets
man.
really so like it gets kind of goofy because like I know what I was gonna say is when we go over in March, I can't bring merch with me because it's taxed at because of the tariffs right now. So like it's at a higher rate. So like we have to print all the merch in the UK, pick it up, and then have it on the tour. So
Oh my
like
gosh, I never
know.
even considered that as a problem.
Right.
So it's
Neither did I,
affecting.
so-
Oh my gosh.
yeah, I didn't even think about it.
Oh my
at
gosh.
all.
But the fact that you're playing in England, I'm like, are you kidding me? That's huge.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Well,
Yeah, and
like
I bet you'll get a big following over there if you don't already have it. I mean,
we
that's
do really
amazing.
well over there streaming wise, but the best part about it is like I'm there for 12. I think I'm there for 13 days, and I get 2 days off. The rest are booked with shows. They're like, hey, you know, you get Monday and Tuesday off. Like, what do you want to do? And I was like, I don't know. I'll probably just like go around. You know, like I'm a pretty lucky person, you know. And
yeah.
I looked on my calendar, and like literally Tuesday is St. Patty's Day, and I just told the booking person, I'm like, just give me a beacon and pick me up in Ireland, because I guarantee, like I'll be.
I can't even imagine.
Yeah,
Oh
I'm
my
like,
gosh.
I'm gonna, yeah. So,
You're gonna have a lot of fun.
It'll be
You
a
are
fun
gonna
run.
have a
It'll be
lot of
fun run.
fun.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing that you get that opportunity though. That's amazing, Ben.
But,
Not many
yeah.
people get those opportunities. So
Oh,
Maurice
this
said
is all-
fantastic. I mean, I'm so happy for you, for real. Are you gonna be able to? Does your wife ever get to go along with you on stuff like that, or no?
She
I'm
goes
just
sometimes.
curious.
She's not interested in that one at all. So she was
Really?
like,
She's not.
She's like, she's like, I don't want to go to England to watch you play in clubs. Like, I want to go to England and do my own thing.
To go,
You know,
yeah,
so-
absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah,
so-
if you're only
yeah.
getting 2 days off, I see.
Yeah,
sense.
like I mean, it's literally on a bus driving around. You know, I mean, it's grinding
yeah.
it out. There's radio and stuff, and my wife is very laid back and even more mellow than me. Like, that's not a fun. If I was
No.
like, hey, we're gonna go like to a resort and like you get to do yoga and meditate for 4 days, she'd be like, that's way better than having to.
Yeah, she would love that. I bet she would love
exactly.
that. Wow.
Yeah.
So let's this last song is All Right Tonight, and this is the newest release. Did you release this on Halloween, or was that a different one? I might have made a mistake.
It was right before then. I think it came out October 18th. The album
Okay.
released right around before Halloween. I think the album came out on the 28th.
Oh, okay.
I think All Right Tonight released on the 18th. And so, but yeah.
Okay. And you want to tell us a little bit? Let me look what Jamie said. She said, love the way you're not afraid to color outside the lines. That's what the world needs, are songs that write themselves. I love it, Jamie. You always, she's always so kind and got the best comments. All of you guys and ladies that are commenting. Thank y'all so much for being here. So do you want to tell us anything about All Right Tonight? Or do you want
it's too full. It's a song that holds a lot of meaning for me, but it's about this relationship of a struggle of a couple where, you know, this obviously they're both in the country and one wants to move to the city and one doesn't, you know, and it's interlaced with, I'm sure this is a family show with a bunch of sexual innuendos and sexual hints in the song. So there's a lot in there that I think should be. I mean, we should have that in art, you know. But you know, it goes back to, I was joke with everybody, like there's a movie where Matthew McConaughey says all right.
Yes.
And so like I literally went to a high school that was just like that movie. Like literally
Really?
like, oh no, like my high school was exactly like that high school down in Texas. Like it couldn't, like the same colors, the same coach attitude, like just the same party atmosphere. That's literally the high school I went to. And so, so I kind of took a story of something I've lived through, of a person not like wanting to move to the city and not stay rural where we were at in college, and then made it into this love song of this twisted dynamics of like, you know, of him like trying to pull her back into the country, but then like, you know, she might want to stay a little longer, you know, and that's all right. You know, and like, so like, if it's one night, he's got that one more night in the country compared to having to go to the city.
Ooh, I love it. I love it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but I literally wrote it in Amarillo. This is so redneck. I can't even believe I'm telling the story. But like, I literally wrote it in a Buc-ee's in my head in Amarillo.
No.
Like, yeah, this like beautiful girl walked by me. Yeah, and she, like, this is all storytellers, like, she was beautiful young lady walked by me, and she had a cross necklace on and a beautiful sundress. And and then, so that's why I wrote the opening line, like, country girl, let's make that cross necklace swing. And I'll let everybody else decide what they want to make that as, you know. And so, but yeah, that's the whole idea of that, like, that flirty of like, do you want to stay in the country or do you want to go to the city?
Yeah.
Like, are you going to stay here with me or are you going to go? And then, so that's what that song really kind of turned out to be.
I love that. And it's amazing. It's amazing how you can find inspiration anywhere. If you just,
they're free, man. You always everybody like, God's provided the canvas for us. We all hold the paintbrush,
Absolutely. It's so true. It is so true. You just got to pay attention. So let's play this because we're running out of time. We don't technically know, but okay, y'all, here we go. So this is All Right Tonight. I can't wait to hear it. I did make the ad for it, but I didn't listen to the whole song.
Oh, you did? Okay, yeah.
Yes, you're so welcome. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let me hope I don't mess up.
I think you got it.
Okay, and I'm just going to play this one. This is the one just with the cover photo. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Country girl, let's make that cross necklace swing. It ain't like the movies, but you can believe I'm not the man of your big city dreams. Honey, you know I'm the real thing. You may want to stay a little longer. You may want to stay the night. In the air and the wind is breezy. You're dancing in that summer dress, yeah. Give it to me easy. You may wanna stay a little longer. You may wanna stay the night. Mama, that's alright.
Okay, I can't help it. All right, all right, all right.
So yeah, you got to do it to it. Yeah, it's a pretty
Excellent,
catchy song.
man. That's a really good song too.
The ladies on that backup vocals when we got that track back from Memphis, I was like, holy cow, they made that whole.
Yeah,
yeah,
it sounded so good.
Yeah,
it was really did.
Yeah, it was a fun song to make. Yeah.
I love it because you have so many basically different styles. Just those 4 songs that we did. What was it? 4 songs. Each of them were completely different. I love them. I really do love them, and I can see why you are so popular with everyone, and why you're playing over in England, and you
Yeah.
got a big following over there. I mean, because people love that kind of music, your
Yeah.
kind of music. So Marie said, love it. I know, me too, Marie, right? Isn't he great?
I always tell people I hope it's a roller coaster. You know, where like
Yeah.
you have downs and you have ups.
Yes.
And our live shows are that way. Like, I want to pull you in and make you think, and then make you dance and let your, you know, like,
Yes.
I always tell everybody, like, this is my theory of being a musician: is we're all just gestures in the court. You know what I mean? Like, we're there to entertain people. You know, like we're there.
Absolutely.
You know, somebody's had a hard week, and like you're there to take their mind off of that hard week or whatever they felt, and to cut loose. You know, and
Amen.
that may be squeezing on their husband's arm, you know, or like kissing their wife or dancing. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
that's what music should be. You know, not this
Absolutely.
ego-driven, I'm the best thing in God's gift to the world. You know, we're just
Exactly.
you're
Yeah,
just-
and what a cool knowing that you are able to bring people that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hope so.
To me,
Yeah.
to me, it's like, okay, I'm able to give them that joy or that peace or that moment that they need, because all of us are
Right.
struggling. You know, people
Everybody does.
everywhere are
Yeah.
dealing with, you know, everything. Everything's
Yeah.
just ridiculous. So music is a universal language. It takes your mind off of everything. And the fact that you're out there entertaining all of these beautiful people, you know, that everybody needs it. And I want to say thank you for supplying what we need, honestly. And gosh, thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you again for coming on Carolyn's Corner and for commenting, all you beautiful people. Ben, I'm going to ask you, anytime you have something, a new release, send it my way, and I will definitely
for
share
sure.
it.
You want me to play an acoustic one for you? You want me to play a mellow song for you? We just play a bunch of
Sure, as long as it's not too long, because we're supposed to go only an hour. Yeah, go ahead.
You're good. I'll play if everybody wants to hear it. I mean, let everybody.
Yeah, do y'all want? I know they do. I don't even have to ask them.
Yes,
Yes, of course I will.
I'll play part of one. I'll play part.
Of course, that sounds great. Or don't get me wrong, it's not that I don't want to hear it. Yeah.
I know you're good. Yeah.
Oh, we're in for a treat. I got a feeling, y'all. In fact, I know it. So exciting.
Yeah, those were all upbeat songs. I think we set you for that one because I think we wanted to like
Yes.
make it kind of upbeat. Can you hear it all right?
Yes. Let me see.
Let me turn it up here. I'll turn it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Here we go. Oh, girl, the years are getting hard. You done took me another 200 yards down the fence line and not back to the barn. Oh, girl, those years are getting kinda hard. Oh, girl. Oh, girl. The stars and the moon have passed on through. Oh, girl. Oh, girl. Should have known better to saddle you up. You know I don't have good luck. I always seem to pick the wild ones. Oh, girl, you know a soul can come undone. Oh, girl. Oh, girl. The stars and the moon have passed on through. Oh, girl. So, there you go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was so touching. Oh my
Thank you. Yeah,
goodness.
thanks. Yeah.
Wow. Oh my gosh. So did you, okay, you don't want to tell me the
Yeah.
end of the song. Um,
Yeah.
I really want to
There's
know
more to
what
the
happened.
song in
to
it. Yeah. There's more of the song to it, but yeah.
Oh, I know. I'm
Yeah.
God, now I'm gonna have to go look it up. Is it on YouTube or is it on?
No, we haven't released that one yet.
Oh my
That's the
gosh,
newest
y'all,
one
you
I've been
got a
working on.
sneak peek.
Yeah,
I love it.
exactly.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh wow.
That one
I
will
was
come
just
out
like, what
next
happened?
spring. Yeah, that one will
Oh
come out next
my.
spring. But yeah, the idea of writing is, I think sometimes like we make it gender specific, right? Like
Right.
on it, and to me the soul is neutral. The soul doesn't know. So like in that song, like it like some of my songs, it may appear like I'm writing about some girl, and it's really not. It might be about myself. Like it's a balance of feminine and masculinity that you search in there. That your emotions. Sometimes you have to. I was really blessed to be raised by a mom that really focused on it was okay to be feminine in your emotions,
And
and
yeah,
then
exactly.
to evaluate those. So like, that song I wrote, my birthday's coming up, and I turned 47, and that's
Oh my gosh.
but it's
It is coming up. Well, happy
yeah,
almost
so
birthday.
it's a metaphor of buying an old horse at a sale barn. It's a conversation between me and my soul, of what it's about. So yeah, so it's not written about some, so
I really thought it was about the horse at first. Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
that's what makes you think about it, because it's
Yeah.
been written and put up wet. It's a story of
Oh
my
my
life,
gosh.
and so like that's
I love it. Yeah. Well, because
so-
you look back when you
Yeah.
get to a certain age and realize, wait a minute, time had just, man, and I know that's how I feel. I really
yeah,
feel
you
that
did.
way.
Yeah, you
It's
did.
like,
Yeah.
where did the years go? Okay, wait a minute. Now I'm an old girl. What happened? You know what I mean? And time
exactly.
just,
Yeah, and
time
I was
just
just telling
slips away.
my youngest daughter this. Like, I think all these songs, like I'll get a little emotional about it, but like we all get older, and you want to pass this message on to your kids of
Yes.
how life decisions to make and to not make. And they're one's in college, one's getting ready to go to college, and like I think all these songs are cautionary tales. All of them have, like,
Exactly.
even Good Time Man has a cautionary tale in it. All of them have something in there to have this little flag up of like, hey,
A
there's
lesson.
something in this. Yeah, there's a lesson in there,
Absolutely.
and so yeah, so that song, like I love playing that song. My family's so tired of hearing it, but I love
No,
playing
I
it.
love it. It's really cool.
Yeah, and when
And
you
it's
think
so
about
hard.
it, like when you read the lyrics and you're diving into, like the reference to my birthday is the stars and the moons have passed on through. That's the reference to my birthday.
Yeah.
In the song coming up, so but yeah.
Man, it's
Yeah, so
powerful.
it's when you send a
powerful.
kid to Catholic school, that's what happens. It's
Oh,
always,
see, yeah.
yeah.
Well,
it's always,
what I've
right,
noticed,
yeah.
because I'll be 60 pretty soon,
Oh, good for you.
and
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's even more. It's weird because I'm like, how, I just finished my song called "Growing Older" because it was about me and my husband. I'm like, where did the time go? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's an interesting thing, man. And tell me if you feel this way. Like, my 40s have been the best time of my life.
Yes.
Like I've just had a blast. Like my
Yes.
girls are great, my wife's great, and then I'm like, oh, my 50s are gonna be awesome, and I can't wait for my 60s. But then you kind of go like, I just told my wife this the other day, I'm like, we don't get that time back.
No,
Like,
you don't.
you'll never know again of what's gonna happen in your life, in your world. Like, and it's a little eerie to see.
It really is, especially when you have the kids and the
Yeah.
grandbabies. Then you see them all of a sudden they're grown up, and you're like, well, wait a minute.
Right.
They're not going to go back to being kids. You know what I mean? If we didn't grasp that time, we're going to, man, I don't know. Now I'm going to get sad.
Yeah. Now the
because
deeper thought on it, the deeper thought is they're going to feel love for the first time like you did. They're going to feel disappointment and love the first time you did.
It's true.
They're going to have heartbreak,
So true.
and
Oh my God. I didn't even
that's-
think about that.
that's-
They're going to have
yeah.
to go through everything we did because we all go through the exact same.
Exactly. And like,
Exact same
and, like,
things.
they're going to go down that road of life that you went on one time to get in a car and be like, F it, we're moving somewhere. We're just going to take this.
Yeah.
journey,
And you know what? And it doesn't matter how many times, at least in my case, it doesn't seem like it. You tell somebody, don't do this, don't do this. You're going
Right.
to, they're going to have to go their path themselves.
They're going to have to go
and
through
they're
it.
gonna have to learn it. Yeah.
Yeah, but this
Yeah,
is just that
absolutely.
little bit of that monkey on my daughter's shoulders of like,
Yes.
this just remind you when you're going down the road and this comes on the radio.
That's
that
beautiful.
I told you. about
Wow.
that, and
Well,
so,
I think you're fantastic. And
thank you. I appreciate it much. Yeah.
oh, you're so welcome, Ben. I've had a great time tonight. I hope you had fun.
I had a blast. Yeah, I would keep
I'm
you here
so
for
very
3 hours. Like
I know.
I'd be like, let's talk about something else in Texas. Like,
I
what's your
know.
favorite
I love
barbecue
it.
sauce?
I
Yeah,
love it.
I-
Yeah, and that's why I started doing the show, because I just
Oh,
love
so
hanging out with
what a
people.
great
And it
platform.
blows my mind. It really blows my mind that I'm able to connect with people, like yourself. It's just amazing because I'm just Carolyn. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I don't deserve this honor. And that's what it feels like. It's an honor.
I get that all the time, man. I always tell people, like, I'm just a monkey with a guitar up on stage. Like, and then, it's all I am, it's all it is, like,
yeah, but you have definitely got a God-given gift. And I'm so glad that you're using it the way you should be. And I think it's beautiful.
Yeah, thank you.
You are so welcome, Ben. And I want to encourage you to, of course, keep doing all that. And it's so great.
And thank you for all your listeners for diving in the comments. I've never done a podcast where we have comments coming in.
I love it. And that's why I insisted on doing it live, because I want to be able to interact with people the little bit that we do. Because to me, that makes it fun. You build a community that way.
Absolutely.
And I love it. I'm very blessed.
I hope to see them all on Instagram. They can all follow what we're doing.
Yes, y'all. I don't know which ones are on Instagram, but y'all following if you are, please. Ben Garcia. It's easy to remember. If you know of anyone that you think would be a good fit for the show, Ben, please send them my way.
Send them your way for sure. Yeah.
Yes, please. And in the meantime, take care of yourself.
You too.
Be careful out there in the mountains or whatever you're doing. Oh my God! Now you got another. Almost old enough to be your mom. Well, technically, I am old enough to be your. That's so weird. You don't even know.
If you were 13, exactly.
I guess so. Oh, I had to calculate it real quick.
Of that,
oh my gosh, that's funny. Okay, good.
I'm home for a while. My next journey's down towards you, so I work my way down to Texas in December, which is always nice to be down there in Texas. And so
well, if you're ever playing a show in the Corpus Christi area or anywhere in that area, let me know.
Oh, for sure. I'd love to have you there.
I'd love to come see you. That would be so cool. Absolutely. Well, Ben, take care of yourself, ladies and gentlemen.
Everybody have a great and definitely thanks to all of our veterans out there, man.
Yes, I can't believe I even wrote it in the thing, and then I got so involved in the yes.
I know.
Thank you, Ben. Yes, thank you so much to all of our veterans out there. Thank you for reminding me, Ben. I can't believe I had every intention of mentioning that.
Me too. This is the question I always ask veterans at shows that I love to ask them, and this is when I always recommend to ask people, because we all do thank you for your service. We always do the nonchalant thing, and they really, they didn't do it for us. They did it for our country.
Yes.
They're amazing people. They're braver than I would ever be. But
that's what I always say. I could never do it.
Yeah. The question asked them is, what's the one song you remember when you were in battle you listened to?
Oh, that's a good question.
And that's the one that's very important to them all's music and how that.
I'm going to have to remember that. Y'all help me remember that. I have a bad memory. That's a really, really good question, because if that song helped them get through that. Now that's a powerful tune. That is a powerful tune.
And then you learn a lot about good music you may not have ever known.
Yeah, absolutely.
The consistent one I get is "We Got to Get Out of This Place" by the Monkees for anybody.
Oh yeah, that's a great one. Oh my gosh, that's the one I always think of too. That's amazing. So many great songs out there. Seeing how that touched people, it's just amazing.
It is.
Well, Ben, you take care of yourself. God bless you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. I love you all. Remember, if you're going through a hard time in life at the moment, just hold on through that bad time, okay? Because the good time is going to come back. The sunshine will come back, I promise. And I love you, and I'm always here. God bless you. Bye, y'all.